I'm feeling this vibe today. I'm feeling this vibe today.
Are we sounding okay?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yes.
We are absolutely feeling the vibe today.
Yes.
I was loving that.
It's a vibey day. It's a whole vibe and a half, girl. A whole vibe and a half. People need to catch this vibe, girl. Damn.
Well, happy Saturday to everybody. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We are the crew. We are just out here trying to make sense of the foolishness with upon the internet. And we got some stories today. But before we get into that, we are going to introduce ourselves as usual in alphabetical order.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Not Your Typical Girl Talk, where we are trying to make sense of the foolishness on the internet. My name is Garcia, and we just love to talk about. We just like to talk about all of the foolishness and make sense out of it. So you're gonna get lots of gems today. You're gonna learn a lot today. We want to thank Radio Regent, syndicated to iHeartRadio, for allowing us this platform. You can watch or you can listen to all of the other shows we've recorded every Saturday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on internet radio, Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio. So check us out over there as well. Tell me what's happening on. That's what it is. Well, there's too much going on, and there's a lot going on. Hey, everyone, it's your girl Kelly. Yeah, you know what? I wish that the world was in a better place with these stories, but every week it just gets more interesting, I'll say. It gets more interesting. It's good for us, because that's content that we can use. So thank you, Innanet, for giving us this opportunity to school some y'all. But we hope that you learn from these. We hope that you understand what we're dealing with in these interesting times. We're going to bring some love, we're going to bring some comedy, we're going to bring some joy, despite the foolishness that's happening right now. But Sheba, what up, girl?
I am Toshiba. They call me Sheba. I am the final female member of the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. I'm not even going to go into too much because we got 8 stories that we need to go through, and a lot of it's mercy. I am going to make sure my partner in crime introduces himself.
It's your boy Robbie 3 times, and I'm here to comment from the male perspective. That's what I'm here for. How y'all doing today?
So we're going to get right into it. And we're going to start with what the caucasity is going on in this world. And we're just going to put up a clip, Robbie 3 times. For those who are on the radio, we put up clips. We're trying something new. I don't even know, Robbie 3 times looks busy. But we're going to just put up this for anybody who's on the radio. Once we put it up for our audience who's viewing to see, we will then read the title and in this episode of What the Caucasity. So it's going to be clip number 1. Clip number 1, What the Caucasity. Woman in Texas arrested and charged after trying to buy a child for $500,000. We're done with that. Pause. Okay, so again, woman in Texas charged after trying to buy a baby for $500,000. I am going to read said article in What the Caucasity. A woman in Texas has been arrested after she allegedly tried to buy a woman's child at Walmart for $500,000. Lord have mercy. This is literally what's in the article. If America could get any weirder. On Tuesday, and this was written on January 24th, so this was very recently. On Tuesday, police in Crockett, Texas, arrested and charges 49-year-old Rebecca Lynette Taylor for allegedly trying to buy a child from Walmart shopper for $500,000. Taylor allegedly approached the mother at the self-checkout section at Walmart. The mother had her baby in a car seat and a 1-year-old son in a shopping cart. The woman then allegedly commented on the woman's son's blonde hair and blue eyes and asked how much she could purchase him for. Thinking it was a joke, the mother laughed it off, but Taylor then told the mother that she had $250,000 and offered to pay the mother that amount for the mother's son. The mother then told the woman to stay away from her son. Continuing, Taylor said that he was the perfect fit and she had been wanting to buy a baby for a long time now. Taylor also asked the mother the name of her son, to which the mother declined to answer. Taylor was reportedly with another woman, and at one point they both found out the child's name and began to call him by his name. Before heading to her car, the mother waited for the two women to leave the store. When the mother got to the parking lot, Taylor began yelling at the woman if she wouldn't take $250,000 for him, then she would give her $500,000 because she wanted him and she was going to take him. When the mother got in her car, Taylor kept telling her she wanted her son while standing behind a car that was parked next to the mother's car. Taylor was arrested. She was eventually released on a $500,000 bond. She was charged with the sale or purchase of a child. She now faces a minimum of 2 years in jail and a maximum sentence of 10 years, and she may face a fine of up to $10,000. Before we go into this, remember, the bond was $500,000. If you know anything about the law, it means she had to get at least 10% so she could be released. So this woman and her family, whomever, came up with $50,000 to have her release. Ladies, Rob.
I'm gonna just wait for my segment.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this is privilege at its greatest. Thinking you can walk up to people in Walmart of all places and say, "There's a blonde, blue-eyed kid." That's what I need. I'm just gonna ask if this lady if she'll take my $500,000 for a child. And yeah, what? She's gonna hand over a baby to her? There's obviously, I don't know. I'm thinking that there is some sort of mental illness or something. Like this can't be. I don't know where the lady got the woman from, but she's not too right in her head. Something is going on here. That's all I have to say about it.
It just feels it almost sounds like a joke, like someone's making it up. I don't know if maybe she tried with Wayfair, because remember when they had their whole thing, you buy a dresser, you get a kit. I don't know if she tried it and maybe they said no. Maybe she tried the dark web after that and even they banned her, saying no. So she said, okay, well, it's either I go to an orphanage or I can try Walmart. Walmart sells everything, and apparently including children. So she must have went down there and figured, okay, I'm just gonna pick up a kid with some milk while I'm at it and my produce and all this stuff. Like, I hope they do like an assessment on her mind. I would like to know what part of her thought that it's okay to just go up to a random person and say, hey, I have money. Your child is perfect. Like, perfect for what? What's it perfect for?
The last person that was really into blonde hair and blue eyes was the king of genocide. So I don't even want to say his name on our.
No, we don't want to get banned.
But yeah, but there's something afoot.
This one's messed up. No, y'all, no.
Only thing I'm gonna add to it is I swear I actually guessed Texas when I heard this story, because it was this special mixture of like audacity and, as you guys said, caucasity, that I was like, You know, in Texas, they go big or go home. So I was like, somehow this sounds.
So I don't actually have anything more to say. What in the caucasity? Like Naturally Fair says, you can get anything on the low from Walmart, even a child.
Even a child.
There you go.
Who knew?
Speaking of children, there is another situation we saw this week, and we thought, this cannot be life. And Robert, it's supposed to be clip 2. Laura was supposed to be clip 3, so I'm hoping.
This is Laura?
No, yeah, so we don't want her because she's clip 3. I'm hoping you find clip 2. And if we can pause it, because this one is a good one. It should.
We
don't have a clip.
8 times 9.
Oh, there's clip 2 right here. Okay, can we pause that? Because I need to read this. Clip 2. Okay.
Oh, it's going to be backwards for y'all.
I'm pregnant. My boyfriend of 3 years doesn't want a baby. He's a physical trainer and said he loves me, but he has sex with his clients after workout. It's just a form of exercise, no emotion, and he gets paid. He said if I'm too insecure, I can go. Will the baby change him? Bitch, no. No, the baby won't change him. He doesn't want a baby.
He doesn't want her
He
either.
doesn't want her. The man is prostituting himself. He's having sex for money. And she thinks a baby is going to make them okay?
When has a baby ever made a man stay?
Not that I know of.
To be honest with you, not even a baby. Sometimes a baby doesn't even change a woman.
Thank you.
There are many people that don't change after having a baby. So the idea that you thought it was going to change your man who's been cheating on you for money, you think he's going to change now that you had a baby that he didn't want?
And here's the thing,
What's going on, yo?
like admittedly cheating, like he's not lying about it. And I have to give that man respect. He came straight out, said, this is what I'm doing. Here is the thing. And this is why listening to understand is important. Been together for 3 years. Flag number 1. I'm not being together for no man for 3 years without a ring on my finger. So let's just start. Also said he didn't want a baby. Flag number 2. Also said, you're insecure, and if you don't want me effing around, you can go, because really, you're just not that important for me to stop.
He's not holding her hostage.
And she thinks a baby, a suckling little liability, because that's what children are. Children change your life forever, especially moms. Dads can go off and do that. But moms, your life changed. So if he thinks you're insecure now, when all of your hormones are going and your body has changed, and now you have a suckling little life form who needs you for at least for about the first 3-4 years, babies are attached to their mother. This is a real situation. All the mothers on here can tell you. For about 3 to 4 years, Tran was very attached to me. Even when she went to her dad, it was like, after a while, he was like, your child wants you, because she's like, where's my mom? So she thinks the baby's going to change him from hoeing?
No.
How, Slay?
That's a short answer. No.
So her and the lady from Texas should have linked up, because she could have then sold her baby for $500,000, because he clearly likes money. So he'd have been like, sold.
That's all they have to do. Just
Maybe he can stop hoeing.
link up.
So they needed to get together, because this is ridiculous. Robbie, 3 times, are you going to wait till your segment? Because you over here like...
I just want to know why y'all being so slanderous to this man. Like, he is a sex worker, obviously, and he's a physical trainer. The two don't necessarily overlap, because I'm sure he's not sleeping with every client. You know what I'm saying? Just those that want the additional workout.
That's a mess.
After the additional, you know, the premium package. The premium.
That's the premium package. Okay.
And this woman obviously does not understand his business model, and that's what he's trying to explain to her. So I don't know. I'll touch on it a little bit in my segment.
We also offer you entrepreneurship tips here.
Yeah, why isn't she like his booking agent or something like that? Like, that's what Toshiba would do that. I'm just saying.
I won't even lie. I would have been like, babe, you got a 1 o'clock, a 3 o'clock, and a 5 o'clock.
Now, it would have been all well and good if this girl wasn't pregnant.
All premiums.
And
Yeah.
I mean, this girl.
I mean, if she was getting a cut, she could be his madame.
Yeah, I mean, that man working hard for his money, obviously.
Yeah, Heidi Slice was in the situation.
So our girl Naturally Fierce is on it again, and I will remember this week I am on the radio. She says the man wants F-friends.
Yes.
That's
it.
That's what he wants.
That's what
and he's getting paid. He has a legitimate business. He's getting paid. It is what it is, girl. I think she gets. She got to figure it out. I don't know, but the baby girl, it ain't women. Babies don't change men, and apparently sometimes they don't change women either.
No. Right.
Here is the thing. I am big on time. There are two things you cannot get back: the words after you've said them and time.
Girl.
So imagine spending a decade and a half of your life with someone, having some babies for them, and then you come on Instagram Live and say what our next guest had to say about her previous relationship. And that's clip number 3. And I'm just gonna play it, and then we're gonna talk about it. Clip number 3, babe.
I miss the friends in real life because my life is in real life. Some crap happened. A new husband? No. I haven't actually met my husband yet. I honestly feel like I've never been in love. I was with somebody for 16 years and I don't even think I love that person. That's terrible, right? I think I have the really good lust for them, and I produced these 4 wonderful children, and I really just don't believe that I've been in love, like that type of love.
Okay, we're done. Pause. Okay. So the voice was Laura Govan, or Govan, depending on how you pronounce it. She was with Gilbert Arenas. If you do not know, he was a basketball player, is a basketball player. I think he's since retired. As she said, she was with him for 16 years, gave him 4 kids. He never married her. And according to her, she had a lust, but not a love for him. Nothing more to say. Ladies?
So she was in lust.
Okay, so she was in lust for 16 years.
Now, 4 picnics?
That doesn't make sense. So she's lying. Number 2, you, my friend, 4 kids, and you never looked at him and said, so when are we gonna just get married? Like 16 years?
Wait, they weren't married?
No! Gilbert never married her. I'm going to Google it just to make sure I'm right, but I don't ever. Gloria got married. Gloria was married to Matt.
It's a mess. That's a complete
After
mess.
16 years, you're saying that you were in.
I don't remember them being married.
lust. Lust is something that comes up real quick.
And it goes real quick.
It's like adrenaline. Exactly. It comes and it goes. You uses it and then it goes. So the fact that she was in lust for 16 years, had 4 kids out of lust, doesn't make no sense.
I agree with Naturally Fierce. She was in lust for his money.
Yeah.
That's what she was in lust for.
But she didn't really have his money because they never got married.
That part.
Why she had the picnic. But still, 16 years.
4
And you
picnic.
4 picnics.
And no ring.
4.
And no ring. 16 years.
Ooh.
No ring. And a heap of picnic.
And she said that she's still looking for love and she wants more children.
Yes, that's the clip we didn't play because I was like, that's so ridiculous. I don't have time for it. She said if she met another man, she's going to have more picnic with her 40-something-year-old womb.
Okay. I wish her the best.
Well, she's used to wasting time. She wasted 16 years.
Good luck to you.
And I'm not saying anything to the children at all. It's
No,
children
they're the innocent ones in this.
are the
They
innocent
didn't
ones in
get
this.
involved in that.
But she literally wasted 16 years because she didn't get a ring.
How do you break up after 16 years and 4 kids? Like, realistically, I want it, like, what man do I think wants me with somebody else's 4 picnic?
And it wasn't even a marriage where you two were together and really living the life of, and then you got a divorce. I could see, but lust.
And then you come on live and basically say about your children's father. And I will give her, it's all the same dad. Okay, I will give her that. but you come on live and to your children say, I never loved your daddy. That's basically what she's saying to the world. I never loved your dad.
Yeah,
I could not imagine coming out to Traianne and to the world saying, well, I never loved your dad at all. I was just in lust with him.
No. There are some things that don't need to be said, you know, and I think the problem with social media now is everyone's turning on the live, turning the camera towards themselves, and saying things that don't need to be said.
Yeah, it's funny. Lives are now becoming like professionals. Like
Yes.
before you used to go to your therapist. You go talk to your pastor. You talk to your best friend. Now people are literally taking their phones, hitting the live button, and just vomiting out all their personal business and hoping that no one really runs with it. And then they get mad when people do have something to say about it. Like, girl, you just said that you basically didn't love your man, but yet you slept with him for 4 kids. And now you're coming on saying that you never loved him. And you hope to find true love. And you want to have more children.
And please make it make sense. Make it make sense. Heavenly Father up in heaven. Now, something that we need to make sense of because it's so ridiculous. I usually am a person, when people say something, I'm going to go with what they say and not create my own narrative. When again, in this world of social media, in a world of Black men aren't ish, a story came out about Adele, and it's clip number 4, babe, and I've got to pull up the article, and I want you just to pause it because the headline was interesting because she said one thing, but the headline says another. I'm going to read it for all of you. Adele was constantly shouting and sobbing on phone to boyfriend Rich Paul. Crumbling relationship added to stress of Las Vegas show. Let me read what Adele has to say. Article. Adele postponed Las Vegas shows tearfully, couldn't get through a single full rehearsal. Source. This is a source.
Keyword.
So Adele had announced that she was canceling her Las Vegas show only 24 hours. And she said, my show ain't ready. But according to a source, she was shouting and sobbing on the phone to her boyfriend of 6 months during rehearsal. What Adele had to say about canceling her show is this. Let me tell you. Hold on, let me find her because again, not the source is saying one thing, she's saying another. So the source says, Adele's been crying and couldn't get through a single full rehearsal for the past month. We're just constantly on the phone with Rich, loudly shouting and sobbing. Okay? What Adele actually had to say was, she isn't ready to do the show, and it's clearly not in this article, but she said, I'm not ready to do the show because half of my crew has COVID, they're recovering from COVID, and if they're not recovering from COVID, they're getting COVID. It's very difficult to try to get through a show when I don't even really know who's going to be okay on the night of the show. Now, adding to this fuel that she is having problems with Rich, it said that when she canceled the show, she got on a plane from Las Vegas and immediately headed to LA where Rich lives. Now, I'm going to say 2 things before I pass it to you ladies. Number 1, it was very interesting, the comments in the social media posting. And it went into, men ain't ish, girl, you're better off alone. Girl, that man, you should have known better. That man. Adele said my show wasn't ready because of COVID and all of the things surrounding that with my crew. But women, mostly Black women, came out on the leave that man, girl, he ain't no good. Now, this was a woman who went through a divorce recently, got healthier, dealt with the impacts of her career of the COVID shutdown for almost 2 years. And someone thinks that her relationship of 6 months is going to break her to the point where she's going to sacrifice her career. Number 2, this is what I'm going to say. When I was in the midst of my almost mental breakdown in Toronto during the COVID shutdowns, if you were on the other side, you would have heard me doing the same thing with Rob. I would be on the phone. I wasn't shouting at him, but I would literally be like, I can't do this. This is too much. It's like, I can't do it. And the moment I could get on a flight to him, that's what I did. We weren't arguing. It wasn't anything. But when you're going through something, who do you turn to? The person you love the most and who loves you. So that woman wasn't worrying about the man cheating on her. She was turning to her man for support and comfort. It's basketball season. So Rich has to be with his main client, who's LeBron James. So of course, when she canceled the show, she ran to her man. But no, American black women were coming out talking about that man ain't no good. You need to leave him. Ladies.
Well, I'm going to say this. Adele, speaking of going on live, Adele actually went and told this story herself. It wasn't written by a PR person. She let everyone know off her own mouth, the same mouth that's singing Hello from the Other Side. You know, this is what's going on with my show. And this is happening not only for Adele, but any entertainer right now. They're having problems putting on shows because all the crew, all the musicians, the stage directors, they're all getting COVID. Like 1 week they're okay, the next week they got it again. Like, so they couldn't have the show. It's simple. Adele getting on a plane and going back to LA. Sorry, ladies, it's not that big of a deal because guess who has a house in LA? Adele. Adele lives in LA, not in England. She lives in LA. So she wasn't running there to go yell at Rich or be like, let's work on our relationship. She just went home because that's where home is. So let's stop the foolishness and stop making black men look like they're all shy.
That part. That's what bugs me the most with this whole situation. It seems like every minute, like black women are sitting ducks waiting for some kind of opportunity to put down a black man. And I'm just like, okay, come on, y'all, time out. Why are black women, I hate saying it, but I know we discussed it already, so whatever. Why are black women the biggest enemy to black men? Why are we hating our own? Like, and I know that self-hate in our community is hella deep. We're talking color. Oh, that's another show. But it's just really sickening that we are the first ones to turn on each other. Black men don't look out for me. Black men, oh, that one black guy that I dated, he did me wrong. So all black men are A, B, C, D, Ray. Like, stop. Come on, man. Like, don't do that. We're supposed to be lifting up each other, not here assuming and following a source that has no name. Never assume. Come on.
Man,
That's not right. I don't like that.
the biggest news story to come out about Rich Paul was he is dating Adele. We don't know nothing about this man.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, we slandering him because he's dating a white woman. Let's be real.
And there's that. And before Robbie 3 times goes any further, we're going to get to the first half of 3 times, or 3 minutes, I should say, 3 minutes with Robbie 3 times. And go.
Like I said, I knew Texas. I felt like if it was Florida, they would have just kidnapped the little white boy instead of like they would have not said nothing about it, like offered. But because it was Texas, it's big, audacious. I got money. I'm gonna buy your child. And there's this thread of our theme of cancel delusion through all of these stories. It seems like where people are just very delusional these days. You know what I'm saying? To my guy, the physical trainer / gigolo. I ain't hating, bro. Like, I'm not mad. I do not knock the hustle. Sounds like you live an exhausting life, but more power to you. What more can you do? Like, cancel delusion. It seems like he is blaring, woman, you can't control me. You're my girlfriend. You should be happy with that position and chill out, like relax. He's a sex worker. So, you know, I'm pretty sure Lexington Steel, girlfriend, know what time it is. Like, it brings a new meaning to I got to go to work. With Laura, I'm just so confused and feel so bad for the babies. Like, that's the one thing. On a serious note, like, we have to watch how we talk about the other half of our children. Maybe we should look at it like that sometimes. Because when you are talking like that and your child hears you, you have to realize they internalize that because that's literally 50% of who they are. And kind of to wrap it up with the whole Adele story, like everything y'all said was A1. Like I said, what I finished off about him, you know, having a target on his back, being a successful black man dating a white woman, you know, they didn't want him when he was grinding. Now he's, you know, the NBA hating on him, trying to block the way he done came up in the league, and black women gonna help him on along with that too. But the other part of that that really had me tripped out is no wonder poor Adele is bugging out, because it seems to be a lack of professionalism. No wonder her show ain't ready, because instead of practicing their moves, they over there all in her mouth while she on the phone, worried about what she got going on. And it seems like that's why a lot of these shows in the entertainment business is going on, because, you know, the A-list dancer wasn't available, and then the B-list dancer got sick. So you got these C-list people, and rather than seizing the opportunity and getting a foothold in the industry, they in there gossiping, looking to talk to TMZ. Once again, black people, we got to do better, because I guarantee you that story came from a black person.
Yep.
And with that, Garcia, take us through the first break.
Yes, let's reset the room, everybody. This is not your typical girl talk. We are just out here trying to make sense of the foolishness on the internet. And I'm surprised that we do this for only an hour, because you could literally sit on here for 3 hours and talk about all the foolishness. But we got it down pat right now. So you can check us out here every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, right here on Instagram Live, and 7 p.m. Eastern time on Radio Region Internet Radio, syndicated through iHeartRadio. Let's get back to the show.
Okay.
Get back to the show.
Listen, I understand that mothers want to celebrate when their new mothers want to celebrate every moment of their child life. Child walks, the child spits, the child turns its head, the child does whatever, and that's fine. You do not have to put everything out about your child on social media, especially when you're actually doing it to make your baby daddy jealous because you have a 10-month-old child that apparently has had a stepdaddy since it's 2 months old. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, I'm talking about good old Summer Walker, again, who came up with her Bitter Bitch album this year and wants to ram Larry down our throat. So recently, her child from London on the Track celebrated 10 months. The child is 10 months old. Apparently that's a celebration. I'm a mother of a 20-year-old, but what do I know? And she decided to put out some pictures on social media. And babe, if you just want to go to clip number 5, and I just want to show the ridiculousness. And there was 3 pictures. I only chose 1. Pause that. So Summer Walker, he surprised Bubbles for her 10-month mark. No, we're done with that. So surprise a 10-month-old. A 10-month-old. She put that on. So let's be clear. Summer Walker has baby for London on the Track in March of 2021. Summer Walker comes out in May of 2021, talking about she's in a new relationship, and that's her baby's stepdaddy. And here we are in January 2022, where she's putting it out on social media. She could have taken some beautiful pictures and celebrated it. She's rubbing that in that man's face. And Rob says it every week, and I'm going to steal it from him when we talk about stories like this. There is no one more invested in your child than the father. So coming out and putting the baby, and Geneva Kwong, the baby's here. At least you could have taken a brush and a thing and put the babies here together. But that's a Jamaican in me. Don't put your picnic out there looking a mess. Your picnic's supposed to look better than you. Why do you have that baby on social media with the hair? Let me not go it. Ladies.
Can I clarify real quick? I said there's no man more interested in the best interest of the child than the father. I don't want y'all ladies coming for me. I know moms is super important. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying,
my bad.
You can't replace dad. Y'all need to kind of dead that concept that you can just pull some fool in off the street to replace that child's father. It don't work like that.
Clarification. My bad. Ladies.
I just think it's gross, man. Like, oh my God, Summer Walker, this is all coming from the same woman with her 4th baby mama song. She's going on as if London isn't doing anything for his children. He is. It's not like he just abandoned his kids, but she is still so bitter going into the relationship with a man where she knew he already had 3 pick-me already. And she said she signed up to be a part of his life anyway. And now she's mad, although she signed up for it. And her way of getting back at the father is to date some dude named Larry, who's He's either a stylist or an up-and-coming rapper. No one knows who this young man is. And he's going on like, he just steps right into that role because he's dying for his 15 minutes of fame.
I think that also too, I want to, this is the internet. This is worse than the internet. It's social media, Instagram. And just because a man appears in 3 photos with the kid on his shoulder doesn't mean that he is a better dad to that child than the child's biological father.
That's it.
She is trying to paint a narrative to make London on the Track look bad because she knows how easily she can manipulate people by saying, well, look, here's Larry with the kid. Like, that's even a picture of me and the kid. I go to stores all the time and see people's babies, and I'm like, oh, they're so cute. I hold other people's dogs. That doesn't mean that I love that dog or that child more than their actual mother or father.
It's actually downright. I'm sorry, I just had to chime in. It's actually downright wrong. She is trying to pass all the liability for her poor ass decisions onto old boy.
Yup.
Right there.
We have nothing more to say because let's talk about people who've made a very poor life choice.
Oh.
This is a person who is the ex of a man who's got 8 babies, 7 baby mamas at 22 years old. So NBA Youngboy's ex decided that she was going to show her commitment to him by doing something that's very, very permanent. And when Robbie 3 Time is done marking something down, we're going to go to clip number 6. And we're going to pause that, Robbie 3 times. Yes, clip number 6, just 6, not 616. So go to find 6 because I've got 6 and 61. Go to 6.
Your naming convention.
No, it's so pause that I had to do it that way. So pause. Oh,
wait, it went so fast. What? Oh, there's a mustard. I don't know what's going on.
Just 6-1.
Technical dip.
Okay, and pause.
I asked you about 6-1.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, just pause that.
Some Jeopardy music.
Okay, can we get to 6, please? And then I can do 6-1. Ding, ding, ding. Sorry, I should just do this myself, but I really. So can we get to 6-1? We're gonna 6. So go to 6. Okay, and pause 6 because I need you guys to. So pause 6. So Little Blue speaks out. Oh my God. So anyways, because I don't understand what's going on, and I'm just going to do it myself, okay?
Comedy thing.
Okay, I will do it myself, and I'm going to pause here. There we go. Little Blue speaks out after getting NBA Youngboy's name tatted inside her lip. So this is a young lady. This is his, I guess, real name is Kentrell. So she decided to get it on her lip. Now, she is angry because other people had something to say about it. And of course, if you get it tattooed on your lip, I'm gonna guess people have something to say. And so she came out and said, it's inside my lip. I don't even get why mother effers I don't even know have so much to say. I can do what I want. Who made you perfect? And CF is deleted, y'all. Gonna stop screenshot-ish sending to damn blogs. Lame. If I wanted to be seen, I would have put it on my story. When you do silly things, I think you should be embarrassed for them.
Absolutely.
You are his ex-girlfriend, and you went and tattooed his name inside your lip? Why?
That's my question.
Sponsorship.
Sponsorship of what?
I don't understand the motive.
Trying to keep them NBA Youngboy checks coming.
I grew up in the school of the 90s where it was big news when Johnny Depp tattooed, Winona Ryder's name on his arm. And it was a big deal. People were like, dude, you don't do that when the woman's not even your wife.
That part.
It was a big deal. And
that part.
It was a big deal when he had to go and get it changed to Wino Forever. And up till now, and that was 20 plus years ago, and it's still a joke.
It still haunts him.
So based upon that story, Why do we have women doing this? This is like the third story we've had on here where a woman is putting men's names on their face,
Summer Walker,
all over their body,
Omeretta.
And then two of these women, one of them, they're never going to see him again. He's going to jail for up to 30 years. And then the other one, the man just left you. He's gone. He's not coming back because he put a tattoo in your lip.
She was clever. She thought that she put it in her lip, no one would say anything. But she has some very smart friends. She's like, girl, I'm going to expose your body right now. And they showed it to every single blog they could find. Poor life choices.
Speaking of poor life choices, I'm just going to let Robbie 3 times have his 3 minutes because there's a lot to say about that.
Okay.
People who have poor life choices is Lizzo. So recently, for the first time, someone finally called out Lizzo be eating on the crap that she be eating. And we've got a lovely clip here. It is quite hilarious. Sorry, Radio Reject, might be a little bit of swearing, but we're going to play clip 7 and see the ridiculousness. So for those on the radio, Lizzo be eating was having mustard in an Oreo. So light-skinned Keisha decided she's going to try it and see what Lizzo's all about.
That's fair.
So light-skinned Keisha's like, interesting. Let's see what it is. So for on the radio, she's shaking up her mustard.
Putting it on that Oreo cookie.
Don't try me. Just please don't fail me.
She's about to taste it, everybody.
Ooh, suspense.
And he spit it out because it was disgusting.
Lizzo, what the?
And now you can pause it. So.
I love that. Can I just say I love her? Was it light skin Keisha?
Light skin Keisha.
Yeah, I love her. Awesome. Again, we know I'll be saying women got to start calling other women out on their bullshit.
Agreed. That was awesome.
Oh,
I'm glad you did that.
I thought we was on.
No, we can do. I think we can do BS. We just can't say the other words I would say last week. And that is called accountability. And accountability is a sexy, sexy word. And I think a lot of women, that needs to be your word for 2022. It's called accountability. Let's hold each other accountable. And no one feels that they can say anything against Lizzo. Lizzo, is out there talking about fat phobia and fat shaming and had Facebook, start removing comments of anybody who said anything negative about her. Because again, in this world of protect Black women can't be called out when they do BS. Well, Lizzo's out here, instead of playing the flute and giving us good music, is out here doing the most. And so finally, someone in the industry said, nah. And she did it in such a way that it was so hilarious because, again, she challenged her in a bit. She just said, okay, you did it. Let me see how true that is. And called her out. Thank you, light-skinned Keisha. Because apparently Lizzo's untouchable these days in the industry. She ain't on our show, though. Just saying.
No, next week we get banned.
Right? I'll say this. Maybe not everyone can say anything to other Black women, but Black women can definitely speak to other Black women.
Agree.
They should.
Yeah, maybe Kim and Karen and Amy can't say anything about Black women.
They should not.
But Letitia and Jamira and me, Garcia, can definitely say something when Black women be acting a fool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how Lizzo has built this Alcatraz around her. I don't know how she's done it. Especially seeing that Black women, you're never going to break in anything. So it's interesting that she has this much protection around her. She's globally loved for her music. If Lizzo could just finally put out some good music and go back to the heart of worship, and just start playing that flute like Peter Piper when he was the storybook, when he was jamming through.
People follow, and they followed him.
Yeah, that's what she needs to do. Get back to that.
She is talented.
She is, but I don't know. She's getting lost in this whole weight thing. She needs to stop. Yeah. Come on.
And I'm gonna say it again You can cancel me. Don't cancel the show, but you can cancel me.
No.
There is no such thing as being fat phobic.
No.
One does not fear fat people. Stop using phobia into things that people are finding socially acceptable or have an opinion about. There are people with legitimate fears. And I don't think anybody legitimately fears a person who is fat or obese. They have an opinion about their obesity and what they should do about it. But no, so stop. Everything is, oh, you don't like it? You are transphobic. You're fat phobic. You're homophobic. You're all of these phobic. No, stop putting phobia with everything. It's not real. It's socially constructed. That's all I'm going to say about that, because we're going to move on to somebody who got it. Listen. Brittany Renner was on our worst list of 2021, but Brittany Renner came for some guys in the last couple of weeks who were coming for her. So Brittany Renner was on a show with DJ Academics, and there's two hosts from Fret and Fit podcast. I think it's Fresh and Fit, right? Podcast, who tried to come for Brittany, and Brittany said, hold on, wait a minute. I got some issues to say to you. And again, there might be some swearing radio region, so we apologize. Come on, come through, Brittany.
Yeah, I'm back on Team Brittany.
Okay.
Warn guys about girls like me, so tell me about girls like me.
Just
Humor
women
me.
in general. Like, I mean,
Well, no, don't women in general, because you literally specifically said before we got on here that you did say that you warn guys about girls like me. So now that we're face to face, what kind of girl am I?
you're not special. You're like other girls. That's
I'm
key.
not special.
Like, you're like other women that are
So
like,
what makes you special then?
I never said I was.
What do you gain from telling girls that they're not special? How does that make you feel? I mean, I know everything is a joke, but I'm asking you a real question. So how does it make you feel? Because if I say you're a bitch, that does something for me, right? If I insult you, or if I tell you you're not special, you're forgettable, what does that do for me? No, but that doesn't, but that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying, what if I call you, if I just say that, again, you're forgettable. That's why I didn't want to do you guys' podcast. Forgettable. Hate the setup. The name is underwhelming. I didn't really see the value in it. Right? That's how I feel. Right. But so
Yes,
Lauren got it.
come through, Brittany Renner.
Oh, it's all good, Brittany. It's all good.
Look, man. Watch how you throw shots at Brittany. She might bring the smoke to you. And how you got a men's show and you get shut down by Brittany Renner? Like, again, she dominated them boys, and it was just like, and you can make the comment, I never said I was special, but you got checked by a little light-skinned female, bruh. So like, yeah, again, I've been said that about that them cat show though. It's like them some pseudo alpha males right there. Like, nah.
When you bring fire, be prepared for smoke.
And that's the problem with, I know Fit and Fresh or Fresh and Fit, whatever, they have been known, a lot of women do not like them for many reasons. And I think that it's about time that they don't know what to say, because they usually love to give out the fire. They love to spit, but they don't have anything going on behind them. They don't have a lot of substance. And that's the one thing. Even if I don't agree with you, if me and you are in a discussion, in a debate, but you have something to back up your reasoning, I'll be like, okay, respect. We agree to disagree and go on. But the problem is these guys had no response. None, because they don't have any substance in what they say. They're out here trying to hold the coattails of Kevin Samuels and many other male podcasts.
That part.
And that's what they're doing. They're just holding on to those tails and holding on to those other podcasts
That's
are
it.
running. That's what
I remember we had a discussion about that. We're like, look, and I know that Kevin Samuels has been on their show and he thinks they're great, and that's awesome. But the thing that separates them from Kevin Samuels is when Kevin Samuels says something, he can back it up.
Right.
There's proof, there's facts. These guys are literally just spitting out, I guess maybe they weren't loved as a child. I don't know. But clearly, a woman must have done them wrong, and they have now put a target on every female they can find. It's like they run off of crap. They want people to be upset, so that when you constantly share their stuff all over the web, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I gotta watch these guys. I want to see what the whole plot is. And if that's their tactic, well, okay, good for them. But they surely were not expecting, like Rob said, like a cute little light-skinned girl to come, pop in a chair, and be like,
You said
what
that
makes you special?
women aren't special. So
Women are special.
why are
Why are you having this program? Women are special. Why is this program even on air?
And here's the thing. It's one thing if they want to make a general statement, women are special. But when they specifically said Britney isn't special, and Britney comes to them and says, so why aren't I special? They should have been prepared to say, Britney, here are a list of things that we have looked at. What makes you not special? You're now a baby mama. You were 29 years old and you went on live and said that you had no place to live. Like, they could have really gone through, if they wanted to insult her and say, this is why we think you're not special. But they had nothing to say to this woman.
Well, can I just chime in real quick? Just to kind of rest, because again, I ain't even gonna throw shades at them dudes, because like I look at those kind of guys as like back in school, they used to have crushes on the girls I used to smash. You know, like that type of energy though. You had to find success later in life, and then you kind of taking it out on women nowadays. But you, like she said, that's why she's like, you're not special. But Britney is special because she's beautiful and she's obviously intelligent. And that does make her special.
That makes her special.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, those guys, they specialize in bringing out pretty dumb chicks on their show. And that's why they have the content that they have. Because again, it's easy to run roughshod over pretty dumb girls because their goals don't make sense. Their plans got holes in them. And it's easy to poke fun at them. Britney is kind of a different breed in that she's beautiful and she's intelligent and she's a mess. So she is special. You know what I'm saying? And there are a segment of women that can kind of identify with being beautiful, being intelligent, and being a mess. So they couldn't do anything but attack her as an insult, because just to say she's not special as a general, you know, as a blanket statement is not accurate. And that's what she took him to task to it and put him in a space where it was like, it's all about your feelings and you're supposed to be the dude.
And that's the thing. She came with facts. She said, and here is why I think you're not special. I think you're a bitch ass. I didn't do your show because I don't like the name. It's underwhelming. You're set. Like, she came in and she went.
That's it. She came prepared, and they did not. They were not expecting her to answer back.
Yeah, and they could have used that opportunity to really actually have a full-on real conversation with her. But they don't have the substance within them to follow through with the conversation. And that's why people are laughing at them right now, because they're like, your mouth was so big when you had those 4 girls on there talking about body content and OnlyFans. But now a woman shows up fully clothed saying what makes you special, and you can't answer that?
Because it was an opportunity to actually have a conversation with her. It was an opportunity to say, listen, Britney, your behavior over the last couple of months have been a mess, right? You were on Vlad TV playing voice messages of craziness that you were doing with PJ. You had an opportunity when you were on Uncle Kevin's show to really rebrand your image, because it was a good interview, whether people like her or not. That was a solid interview. Uncle Kevin did her very much justice, and she held her own with him. They could have gone in and really had and said, this is why we say you're not special, because you are wasting the opportunity to really reach out to the type of women Rob are talking about who look up to you. But instead, they were stumped because guess what? They didn't expect to be challenged. And men like that, that's the problem. If you're gonna spit fire, be prepared for smoke, and they were not prepared for the smoke, and we say hurrah to Britney. Because we know that people might call her bad and all of this stuff, but that clip alone made up for a lot of other stuff she's done in the last little bit. She came out and said, y'all want to talk about me? I'm here. That I will always give respect to someone who does that. You want to say something to me? I'm right here. Let's do it.
Face to face.
That part, because like that's one of the most cowardly things a man can do in man code is drag somebody's name and then not keep that energy when they in your presence. And that's where they just failed big time, because it's like, don't never say nothing about somebody that you can't say to them.
That part.
And they didn't even have the ability to even say what they said, you know? It was almost like they was like, I ain't say that. They had that energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was crazy.
And so we are going to continue. So Robbie 3 times can have his 3 minutes. So we're going to do 3 minutes with Robbie 3 times, and he's going to wrap up this second segment. And go.
Okay. Summer Walker, I just did a big face slap. Like, that was just my emoji, the face slap emoji. Like, why? 10-month-old party, like that's not a real thing. And with babies that small, let me tell you something. Surprise parties are usually turn into scare parties. Like, they don't look at it like that. It's scary as F. They'd rather be at home. You got your man holding up your child like he a trophy, and it's just lame. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, delusional. And if London is such a terrible person, and of course you're gonna put it all on him, have you dropped that baby off to his daddy once? Has that man had a chance to interact with his child without your presence? I wonder. Anyhow, Lizzo, again, I love light-skinned Keisha, you know what I'm saying? She obviously from the hood because she went to middle school with like 5 or 6 other Keishas. That's where the name light-skinned Keisha comes from. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, women got to challenge other women on a bull. She's attractive. She got a bate. So that's though you attractive, you fit, you feminine women, when y'all bring smoke to other women, you got to understand that that's where I wanted to talk about. It's like the segment that movie Mean Girls, they low-key slid that in there. So it's like women can't say nothing about another woman or you're going to get labeled as a mean girl. And the difference is mean girls like go out looking for smoke, like go out checking people, go out just being mean and derogatory and stuff like that. No. A feminine woman sees a woman not behaving feminine and she checks that. Like, that's where the term Southern Belle even kind of come from, is that type of energy, that type of behavior. And closing up with Brittany, man, once again, shout outs to Brittany. She is like unpredictable weather, as hot as cold, as, you know, she's up and down. But the way she bought it there, she made me really look at her from the perspective of this woman is intelligent, though. She's not just a good looking woman. And she really did make those guys look like I'm sure their viewership probably going to take a hit after that, because like I said, they specialize in trying out these attractive dummies, and it's easy to make fun of them. It's easy to run roughshod over them. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when Kevin Samuels on there, he was about ready to leave, just like, this is just trash. You know, this is too easy, you know, like shooting fish in a barrel. But when you got somebody like Brittany challenging you, and academics was not letting them run from it, you know what I mean? He was kind of like, yo, it was an off-camera conversation, but yo, you was just talking about it.
Hey, you got 20 seconds. I want you to comment on NBA YoungBoy's ex's tattoo in the mouth.
Oh, just why? Like, that's, like I said, sponsorship. She just, again, child support is one thing, but she want Cantrell support too. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the lip tattoo come from. She is like, boy, listen, as long as you keep them checks coming, won't no man ever take your place.
Oh, and look at that, right on time. Thank you, Robbie, 3 times for your 3 minutes. Thank you, everybody, for watching. But our girl Telly is going to take us out for this week.
Yeah, just like that, the hour is over. We want to thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Huge big ups and kisses and hugs, all that good stuff to all of you. Everyone that's on this live, everyone that's listening, we thank you so much for giving us your support, your love. Y'all are awesome. Once again, it's your crew, not your typical girl talk. Feel free to follow us if you're not already. Follow us right here on Instagram, not your typical girl talk. Listen to this episode and past episodes through Radio Region, syndicated through iHeartRadio. 7 o'clock on Saturdays. Go ahead and write that down. We have a Facebook group. Yes, we do. Or Metaverse, or whatever the hell it's called. You got it. Find us for the name, Not Your Typical Girl Talk. And we have a YouTube channel. That's right, y'all. We have the Evergreen. And you know what happens with Evergreen? That's where our content is. down, that's okay, because guess what? We got YouTube. So you know what you gotta do? You gotta go find us on YouTube, subscribe
Yeah.
to our channel, and comment down below. That's what you gotta do right now. So find us on YouTube. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We got Garcia, we got Ted, we got Queen Chiba, and we got Robbie free time.
Can't shut us down.
Everyone have an awesome Saturday morning, evening, night, midday, noon, lunch break, breakfast, whatever the hell you're doing. Peace out.
Bye.
Can't do it. We black. We won't get canceled. We'll just move to another platform.